Hi guys, it's Carly here. So what I'm going to do first now is just a short 20-minute flow. It's going to be a gentle flow. It's going to really just stretch us out, move the body, and if we don't really feel like getting the heart rate up today, then this is going to be a great choice just to feel like we've moved, we've stretched, and we've connected to the breath and the body for the day. Okay, so this is going to be a nice gentle flow, like I said. So let's go ahead and start in our seated position, in cross-leg position. And same idea, moving the flesh away from the sit bones to feel the sit bones really grounded into the floor. Start to lengthen up through the base of the spine. Close the eyes whenever you feel ready to. Maybe open the palms to face up, resting on the knees. So let's just take a moment here. Let's not try to change the breath. Let's not try to control the breath in any way. Let's just listen to ourselves. There's probably a lot going on right now. Let's just sort of sit back away from ourselves and just observe. Just notice. Notice the breath in the body. Observing any feelings, any sensations, without judgment. Really letting go of that judgment to ourselves. And just seeing, just being. So let's go ahead and connect deeper to the breath, bring some intention into the breath, and inhale through the nose. If we can, inhale through the nose. If we're blocked, then inhale in through the mouth. Starting to feel the stomach expand as we inhale, and feeling the navel draw back towards the spine as we exhale. Deep inhale and exhale. Just finding that breath in your body. Now, I'm just placing my hand on my stomach if anyone wants to do that, if that helps you to connect to the breath. Go ahead and just place one or both hands onto the stomach. You can also place the hands out here onto the rib cage, which is quite nice. Feeling that expansion of the rib cage as we inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And just one more breath here. And let's open those eyes. Come back into the space. Let's just gently squeeze the fingers into the fist here and just roll the wrists. Rolling them gently, mobilizing the wrist. And we're going to sweep those hands out to the side as we inhale. Reaching them up and over the head, bring the palms together. Exhale. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Elbows out to the side, lengthening the spine, and just bring the chin down towards the chest. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, we're going to fold ourselves forward. If we can, bring the elbows in front of the shins, hands release down to the floor, relaxing the weight of the head. And just feeling those sit bones grounding down to the floor, connecting to the earth. Inhale, roll up through the spine, letting the hands come up as well, just sort of dragging them up with you, bringing the head last. Reach the hands out to the side, inhale, scooping that energy that you need. Whatever you need right now, thinking about it. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Let's take right hand to right side, left hand reaches up and over. Taking a nice long stretch through the side of the body. And press into that right hand, let it float over to the other side. So if you're used to taking my class, we're not worrying too much about our alignment here. We're just connecting to what feels right, what feels good in our bodies. Reaching up and over, getting that nice stretch along the side of the body. We're going to come forward, curving the spine, and just sort of brushing the hands over to the other side. Lengthening here if you want, gazing up towards the hand. Exhale, curving the spine, brushing the hands forward, over to the other side. Good, finding that movement. It might feel stiff, it might feel nice. Let's just see. Taking your time to get there. Hands back to the heart center. Excellent. And let's just drop the chin to the chest. Release our right hand down. Take our left hand to the other side of the head and gently press the ear to the shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale over to the other side. Stretch the neck. Relaxing that shoulder down. Good. Press the chin to the chest. Interlace the fingers behind. Gentle. A little bit of pressure on the back of the head. Bring the fingers underneath the chin. Open the heart. Open the throat. And come back. The hands at the heart center. Let's come forward. So if you're comfortable to roll over the knees or bring yourself to one side. Let's come into all fours. Finding knees roughly underneath the hips, hands roughly underneath the shoulders. I like to spread my fingers wide, really feel them connected to the floor. Let's just see if we can find this position. Draw the navel up towards the spine, head in line with the spine. And let's just be free with the movement here, circling in one direction, starting small and gradually expanding that movement here. Warming up the back, warming up the spine. Now I quite like to close my eyes here so I can really connect to what's happening here in my back, in my hips, in my shoulders and neck, and really just get into those places that feel right, where we can really warm the body up. Find the breath. And let this be as dynamic or as slow as you want it to be. Change in directions. So my bones and joints are going ahead and clicking away. Yours might be too. Don't worry too much about that, as long as you're not in pain. Good, and let's just finish off. Make sure you've done both directions. You've changed directions to even out the flow. Bring ourselves into that cat pose. Okay, let's open the heart. Inhale. Exhale, coming into our cat-cow stretches. Inhale to open. Exhale to curve the spine, contracting the spine. Inhale. If I'm moving too fast for you, take your time. Move with your body. This is what our yoga practice is about. Connecting to ourselves, connecting to our breath, our flow. Let's come into child's pose. Take your time. Now we can keep the knees close, or you can take them wide if you prefer to take them wide, and lengthen the arms long. Now we really want to relax the head, so either bring in the hands underneath to support the head, or if you're comfortable, to release the head fully down, relaxing it down. I hope you can hear me from this position. Let's just really relax into our child's pose. Feel the breath in the back. And just notice how this pose makes you feel. I feel really safe in this pose, really close to myself here, really protected by my back. Really connected to the floor, to the earth. Inhale, let's bring ourselves back up into all fours. Exhale, let's tuck the toes under and gently come into a downward facing dog. Let's just feel ourselves here as we pedal the feet, stretch the hamstrings, calves, ankles here. Spreading those fingers again, lengthening the spine. Gaze back behind. And we're going to take a nice little slow vinyasa. Inhale to come forward into plank. Exhale, if you really want to take it easy, lower the knees down, chaturanga, lower down. Come into small cobra, so we're just gently lifting here, squeezing the elbows together, opening the heart. If you want to, exhale to lift into upward facing dog. Now let's take a little gaze over one shoulder and over the other. And back. Gently coming all the way back into our child's pose, lengthen the spine. Inhale, bring ourselves back to all fours. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Let's come into our pigeon pose. Inhale, take the right foot up. Exhale, bringing our knee towards our wrist, so right knee comes towards right wrist. Keeping the shin on the inside of the body, slide the back foot down, sinking into our hips here. Now make sure we haven't got any pain in the knee. If you've done any of the variations with me in the classes, then take those now. And if you're comfortable here, then bring yourself gently down, forward onto the arms, even down onto the face or head, if you're comfortable too. And slowly bringing ourselves back up. And let's just take a moment here to open the heart and press deep into the hands. Lift ourselves up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale to take a left foot up. Exhale, bring left knee to left wrist. Slide the right foot back down, so we're sinking the hips down. Trying to keep the hips square, but that's okay if they're slightly at an angle here, okay? We need to force the hips forward. Make sure that the knee in front is not in pain. If it is, then come out of the pose and come into thread the needle instead. Release down. opening the heart. Press into the hands. Relax the shoulders down. Good. So we're going to step ourselves back into downward facing dog. Press into the hands. Lift up. Coming all the way back. Good. Excellent. And just pedal the feet out. Lengthen the spine. So let's lift the heels. Bend the knees. Look towards the hands. We're going to step or jump into our seated position. Forward on the mat. Let's just bring ourselves back so we can lengthen the legs long and take a forward bend. Roll the flesh away from the sit bones. Inhale the hands up. Exhale to forward fold. And we always want to allow the breath to do the work here. Releasing and letting go of the muscles. We don't want to pull or force ourselves forward. Just come to a place that's comfortable for us. Relax the muscles with the breath. And just see if you can find more space slowly. Doesn't matter how small that space is. Good. Inhale, reach the hands forward and up. Exhale the hands to the heart center. Let's just cross the legs. Take the hands behind us, fingertips point towards the body, and just take a little back bend here. And let's let this bring us down into the forearms. Lengthen the legs long. And bring ourselves all the way down onto the mat. So let's point the knees up to the ceiling, and before we come into relaxation, come into a bridge pose. So we just want to be able to gently touch the heels here with the fingers. Knees are in line with the hips, and we're going to inhale to take the hips up. So that's our just first variation. If we do want to go deeper, interlace the fingers underneath, roll onto the shoulders, press in the hips a little higher, and maybe even press in to lift the heels. Exhale, slowly come down. Release the hips down, keeping the knees in line with the hips, just drop them to the right side. And lift them up, inhale, exhale them to the other side. Inhale, lift them back up. Then we're going to open both knees out to the side, bring the soles of the feet together, rest the hands on the stomach. Slow the breath down. So closing the eyes here if we can. Lengthen the legs long to come into Shavasana, hands at the side of the body, palms facing up. So stay here. I'm going to talk us through a gentle Shavasana as I sit in a seated position. So letting the weight of the body relax into the ground. And just seeing if we can trust the floor enough to really let go of the weight of the body. See if we can release a little further. And just notice what happens as we just allow ourselves to keep releasing deeper and deeper into the floor, into the earth, into another layer of the earth, letting go, holding on, letting go of any thoughts or feelings we have in this moment, and just letting the body be, letting the mind be. So, taking your time just to open the eyes, to wiggle the fingers, the toes, and just take a moment to bring yourself up. You might want to stretch the body, roll over to one side, and just take your time to make that shift. And if you're not ready, then just stay as you are. It's completely fine. And you can listen to us close the class in Shavasana, that's fine. So we'll bring the hands to the heart center and take our 3 breaths. Inhale to take our first breath for ourselves, whatever we need in this moment. Exhale to release it to ourselves. Inhale to take a second breath, and this time send an energy away. If we want to, send an energy away to someone or somewhere. Remembering that to give and to send away, we must first look after ourselves. Let's take one last breath for our practice together today. Gratitude for ourselves, for our bodies, and really for the ability to still stay connected in this time. Deep inhale and exhale to release. Thank you so much, guys. Namaste, as always. So that was a little longer than 20 minutes, but not too much. I'm really bad at the short classes. As you know, I always teach those long ones, so I'm getting the hang of it, and let's stay in touch. I'm trying to work on being super shy to make these films, and that's why they're taking long, but we'll get there. Okay? Namaste, take care of yourselves, and see you soon. Bye.